We are back again on behalf of Aerospace Uganda. I am Captain Sanya Andrew, and for my colleague who is not on set today, Captain Lubega Oxton. Like we always say for Aerospace Uganda, our job out here is to bring in stakeholders, actors, people who matter to the industry, not only matter in the sense that you think you know, but people who matter behind the scenes that you do not see. Today I bring you another gentleman, the trailblazer, the pioneer, the big man, the brains behind Wama Aero Innovations Limited. You know, out there you may not understand what this big man has done, but words are not enough to tell you what this man has done. You're most welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. It's
The
a
world
pleasure
is all
being
yours,
here.
sir.
Yeah, I'm called Ivan Mukasamulia from Wama Aero Innovations, and I'm one of the directors of the company. Well, Wama Aero Innovations started in 2023 when I came back from school.
Yeah.
I had my flight training in South Africa, Pretoria, Dorenport, Blue Chip Flying School.
Yep.
So when I came back here, I started putting up this company together.
Mm-hmm. Good company.
I got craftsmen here. Then we set up a company.
When did you say this started?
2023.
2023. Wow.
So we set it up. We had this idea right from the very beginning.
Yep.
I got involved in simulation just even before I went for flight school.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went for flight school, came back, set up, putting up this company together.
Yeah.
The whole idea was to ease the process of flying.
Perfect.
We very well know how intricate it is grooming up a pilot.
Yeah.
The intricacy comes within a lot of factors.
Mm-hmm.
We look at the factor of money.
Yeah.
We're looking at the factor of time.
Yeah.
The factor of being away from home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things that really happen when you're away
It's
from home.
complex. It is complex.
Very complex.
It is complex.
So we came up with this idea of simulation. So
Yeah.
to cut the story short, we started putting up simulators. We started with the flight training devices of a Cessna 172.
Yeah.
But it's been a journey, you know.
Yes.
Rome wasn't built in one day.
Never.
We were
Never.
not where we are right now.
Yeah.
In fact, when I started putting up these simulators, one of the guys was saying, "This guy is a bruv. He's trying to video game here.
I know.
Planes
I know.
and,
I've heard
and everything."
We've had those
But,
statements.
With time has really proved after a lot of people.
Time always
that,
proves a lot of things.
That we are into the business.
And we're here to stay.
We came here to shake.
We are here to give the aviation industry out there to everyone to consume.
If you look at the traditional way of aviation flight training,
Yeah.
the traditional way is quite lengthy.
Yes.
Okay, it's quite lengthy and it's quite expensive.
Very expensive.
Okay, because actually you get to know how it is expensive when you're really into the business.
Yes.
So I get to know how expensive when I was in the business. I said, let me spare all the people out there who may think aviation, who may think flying, and cut this story short.
Yes.
Now, this is it. When we're learning how to fly, we have basics.
Yes.
We have procedures.
Yeah.
And we have checks. Okay? And you know that whenever you're flying on an actual aircraft, a lot of things really factor or matter. You pay for the insurance of that day.
I hear you.
You pay for the maintenance of that
I
day.
hear you.
You pay for the instructor. Okay? You pay for the actual aircraft itself. You pay for the gas.
Yeah.
All right?
By the time you lift up that aircraft airborne, you have paid more than 3 or 4 people or contractors to just have it airborne.
And and in aviation, there's specialization.
Yeah.
There's a special guy who will serve you gas.
Yes.
There's a special guy who will serve you insurance. There's a special guy who is maintaining that aircraft.
And there will be a special guy who is your instructor.
There's a special guy who is my instructor. And there's a special guy who owns that
The aircraft.
Because not all atolls
own aircraft. I hear you.
These aircrafts are brought in on lease, on lease basis or day-to-day rent basis.
Yeah.
So now, when you sum it up, you clock to a sum of around 2.8, clocking to 3 million per hour.
Wow. Wow.
You can imagine spending all that money on basics, procedures, and checks.
Exactly.
So why wouldn't you do all that in a simulator?
In a simulator.
At the comfort of the zone, where there is less risk. At least you can concentrate much on acquiring the basics conveniently, acquiring the procedures conveniently, and acquiring the checks conveniently. And at the end of the day, simulators are also good to enhance muscle memory.
Exactly.
Which is one of the key factors in grooming up a pilot.
Which may actually be very hard for you to get in a real actual aircraft.
Because you're beleaguered by the whole process of flight training.
And the money that you're paying.
Definitely.
You know? So,
and everything happens so fast. Let me tell you
very fast.
When you're learning how to fly in an actual airport, everything happens so fast.
Yeah.
You may get a crazy instructor who is yelling at you, hey, look at the altimeter. You're way past the altimeter. You're way past the height that we're supposed to. Wait until your level up. Look at your speed. We're about to stall. Keep the ball into the center. It is
crazy out
Give me
there.
a coordinated time. So at the end of the day, that hour is wasted.
Gone. Yeah. Wasted is actually the right word.
Oh, that hour is wasted, that money is wasted, and the time is wasted. Yet you had gone there to drill to get basics, procedures, and checks.
True.
So when you actually flying in a simulator, it's less costly.
Yeah.
Because you don't pay for the insurance, you don't pay for the gas, you don't pay for the maintenance, you don't pay for
the best you pay for is the facilitator in power.
Definitely, the instructor.
Okay.
And the instructor rates when it comes to simulator are much more lesser than the instructor rates when it comes from flying.
Yes.
So now, you find it conveniently using simulators prior stepping into the actual aircraft. And I normally tell student pilots, okay, you at least take 60 hours of a sim. Because it's much more less costly. 60 hours on a sim, okay? Acclimatize the whole situation of the cockpit.
Understand how the cockpit is laid out.
Understand how the cockpit is laid. Understand the discipline when you fly, okay? If you're temperamental, control your tempers, okay? Before you actually get into the actual aircraft to burn money
let me even first stop you for a second. For the people out there who do not understand what we are talking about, this gentleman is an innovator. He's a person who came up with a simulator. A simulator is a gadget, or what we can call an environment that is created to look like an aircraft. It gives you the real feel, it gives you the real fit, it gives you everything that you would get in an aircraft. The only difference is here you're not burning any fuel. You are in the comfort of your space.
Exactly.
You learn literally what you would have learned in the real aircraft at the comfort of your space. And in Uganda, he is the trailblazer. He is the gentleman who was the first one to come up with a simulator. He is Wama Aero. Go ahead, sir.
Much appreciated. So now, you wanna simplify the art of flying, okay? Have 60 hours or minimum 60 hours in a simulator where you pay less cost. By the time you get into the actual aircraft, you really know what a tachometer does.
Exactly.
You really know how to step on the ball. You really know what a turn coordinator does, what the altimeter. Can you imagine? You step into the cockpit, you step in the cockpit without even know what the altimeter does.
I come from the villages of Tororo. When I got into the aircraft for the first time, I did not even know what I was doing.
Jesus Christ. And that hour was wasted, and that time was wasted,
Well, but we give credit to the ground schools. At least they gave you an idea, but still, ground school does not give you the whole picture
because
the
look,
feel of the
aviation
aircraft.
Is a physical thing.
It
aviation
is a practical
it's a practical
It is a practical
You gotta
thing.
have hands-on. You gotta have the hands-on. You gotta have the feel on.
It's a hands-on industry.
Exactly. When you have the hands-on and the feel on, you know, in the 21st century, we're looking at guys 21 age, flying you from New York to Guangzou, then you ask yourself, why is this guy doing that? 1 minute.
Yeah, sure.
You know? Okay.
Well, all we are saying is,
So now,
on behalf of Wama Aero, like we are saying, we are still with the CEO, the trailblazer, the big man himself. The
so
big
now,
boss.
I was wondering why a guy would fly, a 24-year guy, flying you from Guangzou to New York, flying a 747-400, a queen of the sky, you know? I mean, these guys have been simulating all their life, and when it comes to flying, it's just the tip of the iceberg. It's just a snap of a finger.
There is much more behind that.
There's a lot of muscle memory acclimatized to this guy's brains. He can even start the Boeing without even opening up his eyes. Okay.
It becomes part of you, like you said. It is muscle memory now.
Exactly. Now what they do, they ease the whole process of flight training using simulators.
All right, this is where we are. We are going to take a short break, and the big man is going to come back. Again, I'm saying on behalf of Aerospace Uganda, I am Captain Sanya Andrew. I am licensed commercial pilot with CPL, ME and IR. On behalf of my colleague who is not on set, Captain Lubega Oxton, we are Aerospace Uganda. Our biggest content is to bridge the gap between key players, actors in this industry, people who matter to the aviation industry. Like we said before, we shall get aviation to your doorsteps and we shall bring aviation to you. If they do not want to join us and see what we are doing, they will see us on television and they will still be okay. On behalf of Aerospace Uganda, we take a short break and we shall come back to you later.